Jordan Tyson stepped onto the practice field in Metairie this Friday and silenced months of doubt in a single afternoon. The 8th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft showed up healthy. He showed up fast. He showed up exactly the way the New Orleans Saints needed him to. Receivers coach Keith Williams told reporters the rookie did everything: attentive, athletic, sudden, a hands catcher with run after the catch ability. Every concern about the hamstring, the old knee scare, the broken collarbone, all of it dissolved the moment Tyson ran his first route. Day one delivered something Saints fans have not felt in years. Real proof. Visible proof. This roster looks fundamentally different now. Tyler Shuck finished his rookie year as a finalist for Offensive Rookie of the Year, going 5-4 as the starter and leading the entire NFL in third down passer rating at 103.3. Around him, the front office built an arsenal. They handed Travis Etienne 4 years and $52 million. They locked in David Edwards at left guard for 4 years and $61 million. They added Noah Fant to pair with Juwan Johnson at tight end. Then they spent the 8th pick on Tyson and the 73rd on Oscar Delp. One single move, buried inside this offseason, changed the entire offense. The answer will surprise you, and we will get to it before this video ends. The defense did not stand still either. Head coach Kellen Moore and defensive coordinator Brandon Staley enter year 2, together with a 4th-ranked pass defense, bringing back Kool-Aid McKinstry, Quincy Riley, Jonas Sanker, and Justin Reed. They added Kristen Miller in round 2. They traded for former 7th overall pick Tyree Wilson to give Chase Young a partner on the edge. They brought home Caden Ellis from Atlanta to fill the Demario Davis void. The NFC South opens up wider than national analysts want to admit. Every team in the division finished within 3 games of each other last season. The Saints know it. The roster reflects it. By the end of this breakdown, you will see why this team finishes higher in the standings than anyone outside Louisiana wants to predict. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Saints and all the NFL content. Can we hit 500 likes for Saints? The injury concerns nearly dropped Jordan Tyson out of the top 15. Through the entire pre-draft cycle, every report focused on the same 3 letters: a CL, collarbone, hamstring. He skipped the scouting combine to protect his recovery. He skipped his pro day for the same reason. He held a private workout for select teams, and the New Orleans Saints walked away convinced. They drafted him at number 8, gambled on the medicals, and held their breath through 5 months of offseason headlines. Day 1 of rookie minicamp answered the question. Tyson ran routes at full speed. He caught everything thrown his way. He showed the same body control he displayed in college, separating in and out of breaks with the quickness most receivers spend years trying to develop. Keith Williams, the Saints receivers coach, said Tyson checks a lot of the boxes you look for in a wideout: attentive, fast, athletic, a hands catcher with strong run after the catch ability. The early signs match the scouting report exactly. He looks like the 8th overall pick. Here's where the story gets interesting. Tyson spent his Arizona State years working with Hines Ward, the Super Bowl 40 MVP, who served as a position coach for the Sun Devils. Tyson himself models his game after Davante Adams and Justin Jefferson. You see both influences when he runs routes. The detail, the contested catch toughness, the ability to bait defenders out of leverage, all of it mirrors the receivers he studied. He racked up 158 catches for 2,822 yards and 22 touchdowns across 33 college games. His best season produced 75 catches for 1,101 yards and 10 scores in 12 starts. Pair the resume with Chris Olave on the opposite boundary, and the Saints own the most dangerous 1-2 receiver punch in the NFC South. Tyson has already promised the matchup will get ugly when defenders try to cover him and Olave one-on-one. Day 1 was the first sign he plans to back the words up. Switch sides of the football. The New Orleans defense finished 2025 ranked 4th against the pass, the strongest unit on the roster, and the front office spent the offseason adding talent, rather than replacing departures. Brandon Staley enters his second year as defensive coordinator with continuity at every level. Cam Jordan sits in free agent limbo. Demario Davis signed with the Jets, and Alontae Taylor left for Tennessee. But the core stayed home, and the additions plug every hole. Start in the secondary. Kool-Aid McKinstry led the team with 3 interceptions and 17 pass breakups in 2025. Quincy Riley broke up 10 passes as a 4th-round rookie. Jonas Sanker delivered an interception, a fumble recovery, and 4 pass breakups before midseason. Justin Reed anchored the back end as the veteran voice. Now add 5th-round Ohio State safety Lorenzo Styles Jr. and 7th-round Iowa cornerback TJ Hall. And the depth chart features 4 players under age 26 competing for snaps in nickel and dime packages. The Saints stockpiled defensive backs in a league where defensive backs win games. The front 7 received a complete makeover at 3 positions. Tyree Wilson, the 7th overall pick of the 2023 draft, arrived from Las Vegas in a draft day trade for a 5th-round selection. He brings 6'5", 263 pounds of length, and 12 career sacks. Chrisen Miller, out of Georgia, the 42nd overall pick, anchors the run game from the interior at 321 pounds with an 80-inch wingspan. Chase Young returns after recording 10 sacks in 2025. Despite missing time, Brian Breesy and Vernon Broughton round out the rotation. At linebacker, Caden Ellis comes home after starting all 17 games for Atlanta last season. He pairs with Pete Werner, whose contract the Saints restructured to keep him in the middle. Staley finally gets a full offseason to install his system without scrambling for replacements. Watch the tight end room. Oscar Delp slid to the 73rd overall pick because he never put up gaudy receiving numbers at Georgia. 24 catches one year, 20 catches another. His career line reads 70 receptions for 854 yards and 9 touchdowns across 55 games. Underwhelming on paper. Look at his pro day though. 4.49, 40-yard dash at 6'4" and 245 pounds. 38-inch vertical, 23 bench press reps. Add 4 years of dominant blocking inside one of the most demanding programs in college football. And the picture changes completely. The Saints now own 3 tight ends with NFL starting traits. Juwan Johnson caught the first rookie touchdown of Tyler Shuck's career. Noah Fant signed a 2-year contract worth $8.75 million after 34 receptions, 388 yards, and 3 touchdowns in Cincinnati. Delp brings the wide-body type Kellen Moore prefers from his Eagles championship offense. Most teams keep 2 tight ends on the active roster. The Saints carry 3 legitimate options. Moore has telegraphed his intent to lean into 2 tight end personnel sets in 2026. Defenses, trying to match the formation, lose a defensive back. Defenses staying in nickel get gashed in the run game. Here's the wrinkle nobody is mentioning. Juwan Johnson has no guaranteed money on his contract for 2027. Fant has no guaranteed base salary on year 2 of his deal either. Delp sits on a 4-year rookie contract, paying him roughly $5 million total over the entire term. The Saints did not draft him to back up 2 veterans. They drafted him to take over the position by 2027. Moore spent his Super Bowl season in Philadelphia, building offenses around tight ends with size, speed, and route running ability. Delp matches every trait. Watch him steal snaps from Johnson by mid-season. Watch him become the safety blanket Shuck leans on in the red zone. The quietest pick of the entire draft might end up the highest value selection on the roster. Mickey Loomis and Kellen Moore came out of the 2026 draft with 8 selections. Each one told a story. The first round answered the questions you have been waiting on. The Saints sat at number 8 with no obvious top-tier consensus on the board. They watched the medical reports on Jordan Tyson more carefully than most teams. They held a private workout. They saw the route precision, the body control, the contested catch ability Hines Ward spent 2 years drilling into him. The Saints walked into draft night, convinced Tyson would clear his hamstring issue by training camp. Day 1 of rookie minicamp confirmed every internal projection. Round 2 brought Kristen Miller, the Georgia defensive tackle, anchoring a college run defense ranked 4th in the country in 2025. 6'4", 321 pounds, 80-inch wingspan. He fits next to Brian Breesy in the heart of the line. Round 3 delivered Oscar Delp, the wide tight end weapon already covered. Round 4 added 2 pieces. Auburn guard Jeremiah Wright strengthens the interior of an offensive line already upgraded by the David Edwards signing. North Dakota State receiver Bryce Lance, brother of former 3rd overall pick Trey Lance, posted a 4.34 40-yard dash and a 41.5-inch vertical at the combine. He stretches the field with elite top-end speed. Round 5 gave the Saints Lorenzo Styles Jr., the Ohio State safety and older brother of new Washington Commanders rookie linebacker Sonny Styles. Round 6 produced Barian Brown from LSU, who tied the SEC record with 6 career kickoff return touchdowns. Round 7 closed with Iowa cornerback TJ Hall, who joins Quincy Riley and Kool-Aid McKinstry in a deep secondary battle. Add the Tyree Wilson trade, and the Saints walked out of 3 days in Pittsburgh with 8 rookies and 1 former first-round edge rusher. Every pick filled a need. Every pick fit the system. Every pick reinforced the same blueprint Loomis and Moore drew up the moment Derek Carr retired last spring. Build through the trenches. Build through the secondary. Build around Tyler Shuck. Look at the division. The NFC South finished 2025 with 3 teams tied at 8 wins and 9 losses. Carolina took the crown on tiebreaker thanks to a season sweep of Atlanta. Tampa Bay finished 2nd after dropping 4 straight before the final week. The Saints sat at the bottom at 6-11, but the trajectory matters more than the ranking. Coach Kellen Moore went 5-4 with Tyler Shuck under center. The Panthers needed every tiebreaker available to win an 8-win division. Tampa Bay enters the offseason with the most question marks of the 4. Veteran linebacker Levante David, receiver Mike Evans, edge rusher Hassan Reddick, and running back Rachaad White all hit free agency. Baker Mayfield returns at quarterback, but the supporting cast looks thinner than at any point during his Bucs tenure. Atlanta finished 8-9 again, with Raheem Morris fighting to keep his head coaching job. The defense improved late in the year, but the offense remains dependent on whether Michael Penix Jr. stays healthy or whether they turn back to Kirk Cousins. Carolina won the division. However, the Panthers ranked 30th in third down defense, lost to Seattle by 17 the week before clinching, and then lost to the Los Angeles Rams 34-31 in the playoffs. Bryce Young showed real growth, but the supporting defense remains a glaring hole. Now stack the Saints roster against the rest of the division. Carolina has a young quarterback and a leaky defense. Atlanta has a quarterback room without clarity. Tampa Bay has aging contributors leaving in droves. The Saints have Tyler Shuck on a fully guaranteed rookie contract, a top 10 pass defense returning, 3 tight ends, 2 future star receivers, a $52 million running back, and a $61 million guard, fortifying the trenches. The math is straightforward. The team with the most young talent on rookie contracts wins the math against teams paying veteran money for diminishing returns. The Saints win the math right now. They win it more in 2027. The question is no longer whether the Saints compete in this division. The question is when. Here's the answer to the question planted in the trailer. The one move changing everything was not the Jordan Tyson pick. The 8th overall selection grabbed the headlines. The story under the headlines lives in the trenches. The Saints handed David Edwards 4 years and $61 million to play left guard. They handed Travis Etienne 4 years and $52 million to be the lead back. 2 contracts, roughly $113 million combined, both signed inside 72 hours of free agency opening. The front office bet the entire offensive identity on fixing the run game first. The Saints rushed for under 100 yards per game across stretches of 2025. Alvin Kamara turned 30 last summer, finished his 2nd consecutive season fighting through injury, and lost a step on the cutback. The interior of the line, the same group Tyler Shuck stood behind during his rookie year, ranked among the worst in pass protection. Edwards changes the math at left guard immediately. He started 2 seasons in Buffalo, flashed elite potential as recently as 2023, and grades equally well in both pass protection and run blocking. Etienne rushed for 1,107 yards and 7 touchdowns in his most productive season at Jacksonville. Pair the two, and the Saints own the building blocks of a balanced offensive identity for the first time since Drew Brees retired. Stack everything together: Tyler Shuck under center, Jordan Tyson and Chris Olave outside, Devon Vele and Bryce Lance rotating through 3 wide sets, Juwan Johnson, Noah Fant, and Oscar Delp in the tight end room, Travis Etienne and Alvin Kamara in the backfield, David Edwards anchoring the left side of the line in front of left tackle, Kelvin Banks Jr., Eric McCoy at center, Taliese Fuaga at right tackle. The Saints offense looks unrecognizable from the unit fielded the day Derek Carr retired 1 year ago. Kellen Moore ran the most explosive offense in the NFL during his Philadelphia tenure. He never had this much weaponry at his disposal in Philadelphia. The most dangerous offensive ecosystem Moore has ever called now sits inside the Caesars Superdome. Here's the prediction. The Saints win 10 games in 2026. They take the NFC South. They host a playoff game inside the Caesars Superdome for the first time since the 2020 season. Tyler Shuck finishes inside the top 8 of MVP voting. Jordan Tyson wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Brandon Staley's defense climbs into the top 5 overall. Travis Etienne rushes for 1,200 yards. The Saints sweep Tampa Bay and split with Carolina and Atlanta. Argue about the specific games in the comments. Argue about whether Shuck sustains his rookie year pace. Argue about whether the offensive line holds up in November. The argument itself proves the point. This roster has earned every ounce of preseason hype. Take a wider look. Tampa Bay loses Levante David, Mike Evans, and Hassan Reddick to free agency or restructured roles. Atlanta has not solved the quarterback question and gave Raheem Morris the year to figure it out. Carolina lives or dies on Bryce Young's next leap, and the defense ranked 30th in third down conversion against. The division looks soft, right where it counts most. Meanwhile, the Saints stockpiled young talent on rookie contracts at every position group, restructured veteran money, and pulled in extra draft capital for next year. The cap sheet looks healthy. The depth chart looks young. The schedule looks favorable. The opportunity looks larger than at any point in the past 5 years. If you made it this far, you already know the deal. Drop your record prediction in the comments before the season opens. Tell us which rookie you believe wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Subscribe to the channel before the next video drops, because the next breakdown takes the entire NFC South, apart team by team, and ranks every roster top to bottom. The Saints sit in 4th place on most national power rankings right now. By Christmas, they will not. The team Mickey Loomis and Kellen Moore assembled this offseason looks ready to force every analyst to rewrite the order. Tyler Shuck plays his first home opener as the confirmed starting quarterback in September. The countdown is officially on.